And this is the moment that I want to speak about something that is so tangible, so that we can be able to see the realities of this life. One of the things that I've come to understand is we can become anything we desire if we only change our way of thinking. But unfortunately, most of us are not willing to change who they are because they still want to continue with past behaviors because of certain situations and experiences of this life. And one of the things I've come to learn is that if you want to lose yourself, it is in the reality of your being. But if you want to exist in truth, you need to find yourself. You need to structure how your life should be. It doesn't matter what the past provides. It doesn't matter what the past will give, because the true identity of life lies within you. I want to begin with a story that I think it will be relevant at this very moment, because I believe most of us are going through certain issues, certain moments, and these are the reasons as to why you should never lose yourself. These are the things that you need to know so that you can live and exist in a life of abundance. Around 2017, 18 to 19, I was in this relationship and I thought my life will become something that is great because of the kind of a woman I had chosen. And I thought, because of how beautiful she was and how committed at that particular moment it felt that she was in my world, I knew everything will change. But lo, as days went by, things began to change and things began to sound to be crazy. I remember in that very moment, I was in this good job and I knew my life will have the best. But unfortunately, nothing could come about. Reason being, I did not take responsibility to do what was required. I did not take the initiative to focus on what is productive. And that is why in that time and in that moment, I couldn't see how everything was going to turn out. The red flags were there, but I was ignorant. So in that moment, with the very woman that I was with, I knew that everything will become as I had planned. I wanted marriage and I needed marriage and I wanted it to become. Remember, this is almost 4 or 5 years that I'm speaking about this. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want someone to be healed and someone to be delivered, someone to be changed, someone to be transformed, and someone to be made whole. So I knew everything was beautiful. I remember 2019, that is when I lost my job. We were declared redundant and there's nothing that we could do. And that is when some things began to change in my relationship. And excuses turned out to be available, to be visible. And that is when I decided enough is enough. But anyways, back to the story. So I lost my job, red flags within my relationship that I couldn't see. And I kept on hanging there because I thought it's going to be something beautiful. Yes, of course, that is anyone's dream. Everyone desires something beautiful. So what am I trying to say? In that moment, I knew my world is going to be a world of greatness. Something that anyone could have desired. So 2019, I lost my job. Remember 2020, that is when COVID-19 came about. And many people lost opportunities. Many people knew their world was ending. And that is when I saw many people getting lost. People losing themselves in the process. Some went into depression. So I lost my job. And I also lost the relationship that I had worked so hard to pay the dowry, to visit the family and all that. The wedding was called off. And that is how everything turned out. COVID-19 came. I used to live in this posh, good, awesome, beautiful place. But you know what? Nothing was evident. And I couldn't see myself anywhere. I couldn't see myself in a beautiful place. So, what was happening? What was the thing that was coming about? I'm here to answer you. So, COVID 19 came about, and now I'm by myself. The family that I thought will be mine, no one is there. The friends that I thought will be part of me, I tell you for a fact, things changed. And I had to take my time off, cool off, and think about my life. Remember, COVID 19 is here. The landlords of basically the owners of the properties that people are staying in, at some point they were saying, guys, we are going to help you, calm down. So a few months we are not going to let you pay rent and all that. For me, it was hell on earth. And things changed. What do I mean? So I'm by myself and there's no money. My life has gone down. I lost this relationship, I lost this job, I lost the car that I had, the money that I had, I lost it all. Then one day I chose that I cannot bear this pain. I needed my time off. And so I went and lived in Kibera. And I stayed in Kibera for some time. Stayed there for almost 1 year. I stayed in Kibera. And let me tell you, never judge people who stay in these places. Never hurt these people. Never look at them like they're nothing. Some of these people are going through various issues, depression, stress. Some of them have lost millions, and the only thing they could think of is solitary confinement in such places like Kibera. Because no one will ever judge a poor man. In fact, no poor man judges another poor man. It is only the rich that judges the poor. What do I mean? Is it the poverty of money, of lack of money? No. It is the ability to lose the sense of life. And that is what people tend to think, that people who lack money, lack good houses, don't have. But let me tell you, people who live in such places, they're the guys. Let me tell you, I've been there and I've seen guys with great hopes, great spirits, great knowledge, great wisdom, and desire that at the end of the day, as much as they're in those places, they really want to become something that is great in this life. So what am I trying to say? In the process, everything that I lost, so I'm staying in Kibera. Let me tell you, I knew that my life was over. Imagine living in this place, people just running, just behind the house you're staying, and someone will just poop just behind there, where your nose is just able to feel that this is fresh poop. I'm telling you the truth. But let me tell you, this is something that is happening to so many people, and we cannot judge them. But there's one thing I want you to understand and I want you to know. In the process, you need to understand that this is just a moment for you to grow, and a moment for you to become, and a moment for you to shine, and a moment for you to see the light. And you cannot see it if you're not willing to accept the reality at that particular time or moment. So I want you to understand that never lose yourself in the process. And these are the things that I wrote, that you should not lose yourself when you're in certain situations, uncertainties, problems of any kind. Number one, your peace. Why your peace? Don't trade your inner calm for temporary chaos. Guard your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. Yes, your peace, never let it go. Situations will come. Certain events will happen. Storms of every kind will appear in your life, but never ever lose yourself. So change your way of thinking and everything is going to change, because the beauty in this life is when you don't allow your inner peace to be stolen. Number two, your identity. Never lose who you are who you are to please people. Never fit in or chase approval. Authenticity is freedom. What am I trying to say? Your identity is all that you have. Your identity is not your physical appearance. Your identity is the knowledge within you and the power and the purpose and the reality of where you're going. So never lose your identity. Number 3, your faith. Never ever lose your faith. Life will shake you, but don't let it steal your belief in God or in purpose or in something greater than your pain. Remember, every situation and every circumstance is temporary. So never ever lose your faith. You need to stand firm and focus on what is true and focus on what is definite, because in a matter of time, you're going to break free. The other point, which is number 4, your voice. Never lose your voice. Don't go silent to keep the peace or avoid conflict. Your voice is power. Use it with wisdom. Use it with wisdom. Situations will come, but speak it. You want to correct people, speak it. Don't let go. Go for what is true. Run for what is definite. Learn to adapt in the reality of how things should be. Number 5, your boundaries. You are not rude for having standards. Protect your space, your heart, and your energy. What am I trying to say? You have to create some boundaries where people will respect the fact that, you know what? I am here and I'm not going anywhere. And I will stand and I will become and I will move and I will not be shaken. That is what you need to do. So never lose to have that place of setting boundaries. Number 6, your vision. Remember, you have somewhere you need to go and somewhere you need to be. So your vision is very important. When things get blurry, don't lose sight of where you're going. Adjust the path, but don't abandon the dream. That is what I will let you know. Because it sounds like things are not becoming, things are not shining, things are not, realistic at this particular moment. But the beauty of it all, in a matter of time, you're going to shine and become something you've never thought. Number 7, never lose your values. The world may pressure you to compromise, but integrity is wealth. Stand firm. Integrity is wealth. So never lose your value. Remember, situations are there to build you, to make you realize your potentials, to make you realize the benefits of how it can be when situations come about. And those benefits are the reality of patience, because in patience, beautiful things come about. Number 8, your joy. Never lose your joy. Don't allow your joy to be taken away. Happiness can be situational, but joy is rooted. Keep it alive even when life isn't fair. Keep it alive. Don't let anybody take that joy from you. Don't let nobody rob you your joy, because your joy is your place of authority. That is where you stand, and that is where you exist, and that is where you belong. So take the initiative to move past the idea of you can still lose yourself. Never ever think of that. Number 9, curiosity. Your curiosity. Never stop learning, asking, exploring. The day you stop being curious is the day you stop growing. That is what many people do. They stop realizing who they are in this life, and they begin to chase other things that cannot be understood. Never ever lose your curiosity to rise and shine and become whatever you want. I want you to understand that in this life, situations will happen, things are going to happen, and sometimes you're going to lose the people that you thought are so important in your life. But let me tell you, it doesn't matter what you go through. What you need to understand is the benefits of this life, they lie in you being curious and needing to and learn to learn. That is the importance of how you should do things. Number 10, I conclude by telling you, never lose your hope. Even if it's just a flicker, don't let it die. Hope is the seed of every comeback story. Never ever lose the hope that is within you. Never take it away. Always have hope and move forward, and take the initiative to understand that no matter what I'm going through, no matter what is happening in my life, there's always a moment for me to grow, because nothing comes easy. And you have to understand that everything in this life has situations, And it is for you and me to just stand firm and realize that one day we are going to overcome. So don't lose hope. Let it be that one day you are going to shine. Take responsibility.